Joanna McLean here from Digital Schools Scotland, and I want to welcome along Gavin Pyott from Grove Academy. Hi Gavin, how are you?
Hi Joanne, I'm fine. Yourself?
Oh, I'm great. I was wondering if you would like to share your journey of your Digital Schools Award with us today.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that.
Oh, fantastic. So firstly, can you tell us about Grove Academy, a little bit about it, and perhaps when it achieved the Digital Schools Award?
Okay, Grove Academy is sort of a decent sized secondary school. We have a roll of 1,250 pupils at the moment. We're based in Broughty Ferry, which is a nice sort of leafy suburb of Dundee in Scotland. Our pupils are S1 to S6, so 11 to 18-year-olds. We've been doing digital work well, quite a lot since I started in the school and building up towards our Digital Schools Award, which we achieved in August 2019. So almost 2 years we've actually had it now.
Fantastic, and I suppose you realise it is just a journey. The award they're always improving and changing, and I'm sure COVID's made a big difference to that. Now, there's probably around 67% of Scottish secondary schools that are already registered with the Digital Schools Award. So Grove Academy is one of a number of schools to complete the process. How did you bring about how did you manage to take the whole school along on that sort of digital literacy learning?
When I started at Grove Academy about 8 years ago, my role is actually principal teacher of computing science. So in that department, it's all about new technologies and how to actually push things forwards. But Grove has always been quite a forward-thinking school with a keen interest in sort of digital learning and teaching. So it fitted in nice that we were looking to see, well, how much can we actually do within the school. We have a very enthusiastic ICT committee as well, which with the backing of a great support from the senior leadership team has actually helped a lot with their sort of enthusiasm for us looking at new technologies and new ways of learning and teaching across the school. So for years before COVID, we've been building up the use of Teams in classes, looking at things like Show My Homework and finding ways that we could actually enhance what we're doing in the class out with and pulling in sort of resources from across the whole of Scotland as well. Obviously, we found when COVID sort of kicked in, we were quite far ahead on the curve for actually using online technology. So our ICT committee became the Blended Learning Committee, which we now have in place, which just took what we were already doing and put it up a sort of notch when we're looking at how to actually do blended learning for everything. So it is exactly like you say, Joanna. The Digital Schools Award is a journey. So we've always been somewhere on the road for digital literacy and teaching, and COVID has sort of accelerated that. But we found getting the Digital Schools Award was just sort of one milestone on our journey as we keep progressing in the use of technology. Yeah.
And I suppose for schools, it's having that confidence to go for the award, because that journey you can always be thinking of more and more things you want to do and feel as if you never quite get there. So I suppose encouraging other schools to, you know, when they pass that 70% mark, to actually put in for that validation, that really helps with the self-efficacy of the school. So I'm just wondering, I know when my school went through it, I used to have e-learning champions in different departments. So when you were leading it throughout the secondary school and we were looking at taking and digital literacy forward, how did you do that with each faculty? Did you manage to have people leading it in each faculty?
We kind of do in a way. What we found across the school, which you'll find in most schools, is there's pockets of sort of ICT brilliance in the school. We had the previous head of our RE department was very much into his Microsoft sort of stuff, so he did a lot of work with Surface and he was always bringing new technologies in that way. We had the business studies department really like Google Classrooms, so they were doing lots of good stuff about that there. The really good thing we found about the Digital Schools Award and the process for going through it is not that it was additional work in a way that we had to do to get the award. It really helped us focus what we were already doing in the school to realise just how much we actually had going on in Grove. From talking to other schools as well, we found that the process for the Digital Schools Award seems to be doing the same with them. It's actually opening your eyes to everything you're already doing. As you said yourself, with technology, we're always keen to find new things and keep adding bits on, but we very rarely take the time to actually stop and think, well, what do we actually have? So that was the good sort of first step that we did, and that's when we identified the huge wealth of staff that were already digital leaders in a way in the school. That we had many digital leaders, including our Microsoft MIEs. We now have 65 of them across the staff. We have 4 MIEEs, the experts as well, and recently we've added on 2 Microsoft certified educators as well, and that was stuff that it turned out every person in the school that was going down that path were just doing it as part of their own development. So one of the main things is just pulling that all together and then sharing that success with everyone else in the school to try and get them on board. The main driving force has been our ICT committee, which has now become the Blended Learning Committee. The way we set that up though was slightly different. Instead of asking for volunteers, we asked for people that would be interested, but also asked for people that weren't interested to sign up. So the committee was purposely made to be the experts that are going to take it forward, plus a couple of people that couldn't see how it would work at all. So by having them on the team, they were then showing us sort of the pitfalls that we could have fallen into ourselves for it. Because one of the dangers with IT, as you'll probably know yourself, is the people that know about it talk about things as if it's perfectly normal and easy to do. So we always get sort of some staff asking simple things. How do you get a deleted email back out of a box? And you're like, oh, that's easy, just do this, this and this. Because we forget that just because we do it every day doesn't mean it's normal for everyone. So by having that mixture on the team, we found that really did help actually get all staff on board and moving forward. But definitely the SLT support as well. Every opportunity they have, they stand up and talk about how good the IT is and how beneficial to the school and the community they could see it is. And that constant sort of support for the project has really helped to make all staff realise not just it's something that they need to be doing, but why they should be doing it and the huge benefits of it as well.
That sounds fantastic, Gavin. I love the idea of taking the laggards onto the committee with you to really highlight areas that, as you say, you might not think about, and that they really highlight the areas that you probably have to focus on. And you're right, that having that framework there from digital schools to just reinforce what you're doing and give you that sort of framework that, yeah, I can do all this, I can do all that, and here's the areas I need to focus on. It's just fantastic. Well, that's our time up, and I thank you so much for all of your insights into Grove Academy's digital journey, and I'm sure you're going to have a successful few years. I cannot believe how many Microsoft experts you've got. That is fantastic. So make sure you congratulate everyone in the school for a job well done.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Gavin. Bye.
Bye.